excellence in sports entertainment.
Pro wrestling talk from the four corners of parts unknown. This is That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. We have a special guest on this week's show because Sunday night, WWE made its way to the world famous Allen County War Memorial in beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana. And our very own Kevin and his son, our special guest, Brett, were there live, and they're going to talk all about it. Guys, welcome. Brett, how you doing, buddy? Good. And congratulations. You just finished kindergarten. Are you happy that school is done, or you wish you were still going to school some more?
Happy.
I think that sounds good to me. So, Kev, Brett, I'll just kind of turn the floor over to you guys. Tell me about the show. Tell us about the show, highlights, favorite moments, all that fun stuff.
No, definitely. Like the Brett's been to, this is his third live event. He went to a SmackDown a couple years ago, and then we went to
Get something.
You got to go get something. Okay, come back.
I'll be right back.
All right, thanks, Brett.
You better. I'm gonna get you. But then it came. A couple years ago, we went. Brett was like, before the show even started, like the preview package, and it got really loud, and he's like, nudged me. He's like, Dad, we got to go. We got to go. We got to go. Even before the the first time. So I was like, getting him pumped up about this next time. Yep, come on back, bud. And it was coming around. The Sunday.
Oh, the door! I forgot to close it.
Okay, the Sunday Stunner show. And with that, we were going to get some good names. So got tickets, and I pumped up Brett. We're watching a lot of wrestling during the week, a lot of good old matches, and got him pumped for the show. We got pretty good seats. They're $25, and we were like 7 rows off the floor, looking right at the screen. Nice. So it was fantastic. And this time, the event was in like the main arena, not where they throw garden shows. But right immediately when we get in, gonna paint the picture. He sees the merch table, and you can't disappoint a kid. So we go, and I'm like, buddy, what do you want? He's like, I need one of those, and he points right at the bleacher creatures, the kind of like hardened stuffed animal wrestler guys. We went to spring break in Florida this past year. He got a Hogan, so he needed someone to wrestle against. So they had Seth Rollins and Riddle, and he's like, Dad, I can't decide. And he's like, I need to see both of them face to face. And I'm like, well, buddy, are you going to behave at home? So he's like, Dad, can I get both of them? So we got both of them. We went to the seats. 10 minutes later, Byron Saxton comes out.
Oh, Byron.
Introduces, hey, we have a good show tonight, goes through some of the matches. Bobby Lashley comes out for some shenanigans against Omos. MVP rips on Fort Wayne's crowd for a good 5 minutes, it seems like. Just calling all the people losers, ugly. And it was very funny. Other matches were... Oh, we called you guys grandmas. We got a heel in the making here. The Fatal 4-Way main event.
Oh, Kev, we're having problems with your camera. See ya.
Becky and Asuka, but the crowd.
There he is.
Steph's not wearing a shirt. Is bleacher creature, but the highlight of the show. Brett, what was your favorite match of the show for the whole night?
Cody.
You liked it?
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Did everyone in the crowd like it?
Yeah.
The crowd was hot for that match. The crowd was actually pumped up the whole entire event, but that match, it seemed like it went on for like 25, 30 minutes. I did not looked online to see like true actual time, but it just seemed like it was going on in a very good way. Like when I'm like, it's dragging on.
Hi.
A lot of psychology.
Hi, grandmas.
The guys who sing Cody's theme music were actually in the very front row.
Oh, downstate.
Goes on, just thanks the crowd, the whole crowd standing up, clapping for him. It was But
Brett has just come up with our new intro theme song, apparently.
But the whole crowd, cheering. Just you see Seth at the back entrance, just walking back and just turning around, watching Cody like do his thing in the ring and not like going back to. You need to relax, or I'm going to put you in the sleeper hold.
That's how Kevin does parenting. Kevin, how long was the whole show? About 2 hours?
But
nice.
No, it was a pretty good long show.
Yeah,
The crowd was hot. There were no true dud matches.
Yeah.
Good.
It was just fun just going there with him.
Nice.
Seeing like all the other families.
Brett, would you want to go to another wrestling show someday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to be a wrestler when you grow up?
Dad does.
What would you?
Well, great review,
Chickens.
guys.
Love it. Thank you.
Chicken.
Well, hey, Brett, congratulations on being done with kindergarten. I hope you have a great summer, and we will talk to you in late August for the picks. Sound good, my man?
Yeah.
All right, deal. Kev, are you sticking around, or are you gonna handle
No, he's not
business?
gonna stick around. He's just gonna do the wrestling.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Brett. Brett's his manager, I think, his advocate.
It's his mouthpiece.
Yes. Well, Kev, appreciate the time. Thank you for the review, and you take care of that little man. He's a handful.
Gabba chicky.
Yeah, just
Gabba
watch the
chicken.
poop all day.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like all of us. Awesome. You all right, buddy?
Yeah.
Try living with him.
Nah, I'm good.
Hi.
I'm good.
Why are you old man?
Oh,
Well,
shit.
why don't before the show goes even more off the rails, we can get back down to business with what are you wearing?
What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today?
Buddy.
All right, Kev, I know you have to go, and you and Brett both have entries for what are you wearing this week.
I got this when I was in Vegas with Jay. I love it. It's the Owen Hart King of Hearts shirt. Multiple pictures of him on the front, all the accolades on the back, like statistics. I absolutely love it. But I appreciate you guys' time. My kid has a choose your day. Anything goes. So I get to go set up the projector outside and watch the brand new Chippendales movie.
Mama
Wow.
Mia.
Jason, it looks like you're drinking straight liquor. I know you're drinking water right now, but it's like every time he was talking, it's like I just saw
With my shirt from Homage, the eighth wonder of the world, China. We've got a lot of women talk tonight, female talent on the show. So I figured that would be an appropriate choice for this evening.
Very nice, Joe.
I got my for Double or Nothing. The Hangman Adam Page has been drinking shirt with the arrow pointing up, and yeah, pretty much.
We'll get into that for sure. I've got the Johnny Gargano shirt. The little thing. Did you guys see his little appearance this week on Sammy Guevara's vlog?
Nah, I've given up on a lot of the vlogs.
Yeah.
The only one I really watch anymore is Ethan Page, and he just stopped his like backstage vlog. He just does his toy hunts now, but I gave up on Sammy. I don't even watch Being the Elite anymore. So
No. Yeah. So, but they must have been at the same fan convention, and it was kind of a backstage of the convention. Sammy runs into Johnny and, hey, how's it going? I'm Sammy Guevara. We could do a match. And he's with Conti, and Candace was not there. So they kind of said, oh, you're missing someone. And I can't remember. Somebody showed up. It was just like some fan or something. And like, no, that's not who I'm talking about. That is who I need as a partner. But yeah, so they kind of teased maybe an AEW appearance down the road. Doesn't mean anything.
I hope not,
Doesn't mean something.
because they don't need any more guys.
Are you sure?
You mentioned Ethan Page, and yeah, why do backstage vlogs when you're not going to be appearing on stage?
Well, he's on Rampage a lot.
Is he? I haven't seen much of him in a minute.
That's the difference between AEW and WWE. Vince McMahon has clearly stated, don't tease something that's not coming up. Because he was when CM Punk, if you remember, came back to backstage the Fox show on Fox One, and Seth Rollins was tweeting back and forth with him. Vince was like, don't be teasing that.
Yeah, getting your hopes up for something that's not a
it's kind of like Kevin. We thought he was going to be here the whole show, and then he just
he bounced,
leaves. So
I respect his decision. That was off the rail, in a good way.
Yeah.
So let's start off. Let's update the big story of last week. Sasha and Naomi walked out on Raw. So on Friday Night SmackDown, Michael Cole, he gave the recap of what happened on Raw, and he announced that Sasha and Naomi were indefinitely suspended for their actions. To me, that kind of felt like a little bit of a, you can't quit, you're fired. sort of vibe, like, oh, you're suspended. They walked out, guys. He also announced there will be a tag team tournament coming soon to crown the new champs. Somebody had a really good one on Twitter, and I didn't save it, but they're like live shot of the tag team tournament brackets, and it was one bracket. Like,
I really feel like this tournament could be great. It really could be something.
You've already
that
put something
is needed.
Together, yeah.
It's needed. Unfortunately, in the real world, I would just make it a wash. I wouldn't even. I'd be like, it's over. But Brian, I know the next thing you're going to talk about is how the Sasha and Naomi's merchandise got yanked from WWE shop. However, if you're still looking to pick up merch, go to eBay. You can buy directly from WWE on eBay, and I bought 2 Glow Boss shirts. Well, the sizes are very limited because they are selling out on eBay. But I bought 2. I mean, I don't think I'll ever wear them, but I just want to have them just in case this isn't a work, and that they really aren't coming back. Because it looks like a '90s like hip hop T-shirt. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, good find there on the eBay. More details on why they walked out. The latest rumor was Sasha's been upset as she was penciled in to headline WrestleMania with Charlotte until Ronda Rousey decided to return at the Rumble. There's also the rumor of their contract status. Kaz, who's on the Ringer Masked Man Show podcast, he says he's heard that the contracts of both Naomi and Sasha Banks might be set to expire within the next 2 months. He said he's heard this. Shoemaker said, both of them? He said, yeah, both of them. Yes. So that's kind of the latest on that. Guys, any more reaction to what I just shared about kind of what this might be happening in the future with Sasha and Naomi?
Well, Renee Paquette, a.k.a. Renee Young, said that she really believes that Sasha will be in AEW sooner than later.
Okay.
Britt Baker said she would love to wrestle Sasha in AEW, which, of course, draw the ire of wrestling Twitter. So, look, like I said last week, Naomi's the big loser here.
Yeah.
Because there's no guarantee she's going to get picked up by AEW or Impact. Sasha is the money. She's going to get her choosing. She loves Japan. So, like, I believe, was that Stardom is women's Japan wrestling? So, Naomi's going to be the big loser here if they don't work this shit out. Or maybe it's just a storyline. They're all going to be back on TV sooner than later.
It's all on the table. Joe, anything else? Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how this benefits Sasha and Naomi. That's what I'm like, if this is a work, it's like basically how does it benefit them?
It's getting people to talk about them and the tag
unless
belts.
they're coming back as like, super heels. It's kind of reminded me of Bash at the Beach 2000, where they might have worked themselves into it. Hogan left and they were going to have the tournament, and then Hogan, the original plan, according to Bischoff, Russo, and Hogan. So who can you believe?
Right.
they were going to do the tournament, and Hogan was going to come back at the end saying, "I never dropped the belt, brother," and then they were going to have that match. Is that what they're planning? And then it doesn't happen. Who knows? So I'm really not that interested, to be honest with you. I hope it gets something for the women's championship, but I'm more interested in the individual women's matches that are happening on Raw. Mm-hmm. So like I'm digging the Bianca, Asuka, and Becky storyline, and I like the idea of having like, you know, Seth and Becky doing the natural born killers, Mickey and Mallory thing, which they are kind of setting up because Becky is dressing more like Seth each week with her puffy shirt from Purple Rain.
Yeah, that was a Prince knockoff. Yeah, I think just we'll see what continues on, if anything. But I just did think it was still interesting that Cole had that statement on SmackDown, and Corey Graves reiterated on Raw of just like, they let everybody down. They walked down. It's like, wow, we're still going there. And he
mentioned what I said last week too about Doudrop and Nikki saying like they had the main event, like they let them down too. And I'm like, Corey, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting. That part's interesting because, you know, everybody seems to think this is a legitimate thing that happened backstage for the most part. Maybe not everybody. Not everybody. But yeah. So how is this still playing? I even saw USA Network did a tweet that was like top 5 weirdest like WWE breakups. And it was like Sasha naming them. Like that smells like a work to me, but I don't know. It's all still up in the air, I think, for sure. Also on SmackDown, as we talked about the announcement of the suspension, we did have the SmackDown Unified Tag Team Championship match with RK Bro and the Usos. This was a hell of a match. Crowd was into it. The Usos win thanks to interference by Roman. And after the match, they end up decimating Riddle and Orton. Great shots of kids in the crowd who were, you know, holding on to their parents. It might have been Brett and Kevin on Sunday if it was a different night.
What made me laugh the most was that woman who had her fingers in her kid's ears. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Yeah. Come on.
Let them live it, right? But yeah, they went through with the match. Some of us, I know myself, I was kind of skeptical that they would even do it. So we have their Usos as new unified tag team champions. Fast forward to Monday, and Riddle cuts a promo. Randy's going to be out for however long, and it sure looks like we are going to move forward with a Riddle and Roman Reigns program. So guys, how do you feel about this direction? Do you think Riddle is ready for this main event spot?
I think he's ready.
Ready or not, here he comes.
And he, I mean, I doubt he wins, but you know, whatever. I'm excited for it. 2 weeks ago, that knee he put right in Roman's face, man, that got me excited. I was just like, holy shit, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, just think a year ago at this time, Cesaro faced Roman Reigns in a main event, and he's not even there anymore. So you gotta give these guys a chance to shine, and this is Riddle's chance.
Yeah. I like it for that reason, is that it's a fresh name. It's a fresh spot for Riddle that he's been, whether he's been US champion or the tag team champion, that this is a step up for him. And I think it was a good first impression on Monday when he cut what I guess would be a serious promo for him, right? You know, it wasn't just 420 jokes, everything that goes along with what Riddle has been for so long. He talked about how he wanted to get his vengeance. And I liked that because I thought that would be the one thing that I didn't see him could be a main event player because of him being just kind of the goofy stoner laid back character.
You know what? It just dawned on me, you know, a couple months ago, there were rumors that I was the Batman. Maybe Riddle's the Batman. He is vengeance.
I didn't see the movie. Hi. I'm presuming it's a new one.
Listening saw the movie.
I get it. It's still going on, actually. That's how long the movie is. But yes, I saw the movie.
Yeah, it was. I think that this is Riddle's time.
Yeah.
You know, working with Randy for the last year. it's time. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I originally wanted to see if they're going to break up. I want Riddle to be the new Legend Killer. If they're not going to break up, just kind of do their thing like the New Day does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their singles, their tags, you know, they're just friends where they're at work.
I love it. Yeah. I don't want to split up in the traditional somebody's a heel, somebody's a face.
Yeah.
Let them be buddies. They can be apart. Let them be buddies when they're together. I'm totally thinking that's the direction I want to go. I want them to go. Also on SmackDown, and boy, that's a theme this week. We've had a whole lot of SmackDown stories. Adam Pearce, he's backstage. He's interrupted by the former LA Knight. He's now named Max Dupree. See if I got that right. He's the CEO of Maximum Male Models. So a slight change from what we were seeing in these dark segments where it was Knight Model Management. So LA Knight is dead. Hello, Max Dupree. And this segment, this turned the light bulb on in my head. And I'm going to read the tweet that I sent out about it when I saw this segment. And I texted you guys like, rest in peace, LA Knight. And this reads, the LA Knight name change is an example of a realization I came to a couple weeks ago, and I really should have a lot earlier. Don't get too invested in NXT. What someone does on NXT has no bearing on what they will be on the main roster. Do either of you feel that way like I feel now?
Absolutely. It's developmental, and main roster is different. So they said that's what it was going to be. They said that's what it was originally supposed to be. So they're not lying to us. We were just hoping for a different truth.
I take this as kind of like minor league baseball.
Sure.
You got a guy that is we'll say he's a first baseman. In the minors, he's like the man. But he gets called up to a team that already has a first baseman. So they put him in the outfield. Like I said, with Knight Male Model Management Magic, Mike Millennium, this is making the best of what he has to do. They're giving him something, and he's going to make it work. And, you know, I was not watching SmackDown, but when I got the tweets and then the text from you guys, I watched the clip. I'm like, okay, I like it. And he had his face shaved more than normal. It had a very serial killer vibe to me. His look.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who the models are going to be. If it's going to be Mace,
and Mansoor.
Mansoor.
A lot of M's going on.
We'll see. Oh, maybe that's part of the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not ruling it out. I'm a big believer in let's see what happens. Let it play out before you shit all over it. This ain't Twitter.
No, and I'm not, you know, I'll make sure I'm clear on this. I'm not shitting on the gimmick. It was just the name change, because I think when there's been so many name changes, and we had that great 5 count with all the name changes we came up with, it was, hey, they need it's the copyrights, the intellectual property. Well, in this case, that excuse goes out the window, because LA Knight was Eli Drake in Impact and on the Indies. So he already had the name change. They already have the copyright. And for some reason, they go, LA Knight. Nah, I'm not feeling it. Let's go with Max Dupree. Like, it just was like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it makes sense in that I'm sure Vince going, this is what I want.
This is all a setup for Marcus Bagwell's return to WWE.
For American males?
Yes.
Oh, my. Talk about a comeback.
He's working with DDP. Stranger things have happened.
He was on the show Gigolos. I don't know if you watched that on Showtime many years ago. It was about a male escort service in Vegas. And they showed him banging chicks on TV.
Wow. Well, he's lived quite the life. Buff is the stuff.
Well, he was also in those Joe Bob Briggs drive-in movie from the 90s too. Yes.
That's
awesome. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it was like basically these low budget, like, Playboy Channel S movies.
Okay.
That he was like the villain in one, and then he turned face in the next one and helped out the squad.
So, Joe, were you watching these in like scrambled vision? Like,
no, I had the movie.
Oh,
I watched Joe Bob Briggs like almost every week. I love that show.
Yeah, say what was that movie? Was that TMC?
The movie channel.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Oh,
because
I had
he
no
was
idea.
he was the best
like,
because he was the best for any teenager watching, because he would tell you before the movie exactly what to expect. He'd be like 4 motor vehicle chases, 3 dead bodies, 18 naked breaths, rated R, 4 stars.
I love
this
that.
show has definitely gone off the rails.
Yeah, we're a lot. It's a smorgasbord this week. There's a lot happening.
We got an email.
Oh,
Another one.
Another one. So this one was from Renee. Hold on.
Pocket.
No.
Young.
All right.
Young cat.
I got into my boyfriend's car, and he was listening to the podcast. You guys were talking about sports jerseys. You guys are what is wrong with pro wrestling to begin with. Everybody insists on telling what other people should be doing or should not be doing, much like you guys saying 45-year-old men should not be wearing sports jerseys of 20-year-old players. When I got this, I was like, all right. I've been called a gatekeeper because my big belief on going to shows is if you're going to a WWE show, don't wear an AEW shirt, and vice versa.
Right.
The people going to WWE shows wearing AEW shirts are doing it on purpose because they're like, I'm wearing an AEW shirt. Like,
yeah. So
fuck off. And Renee, you can fuck off too. We're not gatekeepers. We're adults. We're grown men. And if you are if your boyfriend's a 45-year-old man wearing a 20-year-old hockey player jersey, doesn't say much for you, Renee.
See, I think Renee can have a point there. There's a lot of wrestling fans out there who are very critical of what everyone's doing. And we are not, we say it inside the description of the show. We're not journalists. We're not insiders. We are a group of fans who just like to talk wrestling. Now, we have opinions. Some people agree with them. Other people disagree with them. And just like Renee's, I may disagree with your opinion, but I appreciate you bringing it to our attention. But I also have to disagree with you because we are men in our 40s, where in our 20s, we would wear the jerseys because that was a thing to do. But now it's kind of like a matter of growing up. And we're trying to establish that we may be talking about things that we've enjoyed in our past and still are going with it, but we're also outside of the podcast, adults who live very adult lives. So Renee, I appreciate the email. I will take it under advisement, but I'm also going to have to disagree with you on your opinion.
Yeah, any feedback is good, whether we agree or disagree.
I'm more eloquent than Jason.
Yeah.
Much like you, Joe, Renee sucks.
Wow. What's that email address, Jay? Maybe somebody has
he doesn't know he blocked it.
Actually, the sports jersey conversation. One of the guys from MacMania, Flobo Voice, him and I have become friends on Twitter, and he said that pretty much where we kind of ended it. If you're going to a game, it's okay. But if you're going to the store to pick up groceries, nah.
I'll tell you what, though, Jay. Last time I was back home in Pittsburgh for a Steelers Sunday, oh, my God. You go to Giant Eagle, every damn person is wearing a Steelers jersey.
Not even on game day. It's just every day. It's every day.
Well, yes, that's true. It is every day. But yeah.
Like all those times you made me wear Steeler jerseys.
Yes. Well,
jerk.
That's hey, you support who you support, and that's the result.
What you guys do on your own time. That's
exactly.
Podcast, so.
But yeah, I couldn't, it was, not having lived there for a while. it was like an eye opener. Like, my God, it's like this. This is crazy. So hey, I guess there's always exceptions to the rule. If you have feedback, like Renee, it's at thatwrestlepod@gmail.com, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Or if you actually enjoy our show, unlike Renee, send the feedback
that'd
as
be
well.
good too. We appreciate it all.
DM's open too at that WrestlePod on
Yes.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And big news since last week: 4 new YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, I saw
Up to 32 now.
Hey,
And I
moving
know
on up.
I know someone's there like, you guys fucking suck with 32. That is true, but we were at 20 like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're closer to 100. Go find us on YouTube. Definitely subscribe. I'm excited for 32. I looked at it today and I'm like, that is awesome. So
yeah, keep them coming, my friends. That's great. Real quick, this came out this afternoon that Money in the Bank moving from Allegiant Stadium in LA to MGM Grand Garden Arena. The show Saturday, July 2nd. I've seen conflicting numbers, but the kind of the general 20,000-ish tickets sold. Jay, you were there for SummerSlam, so obviously can hold a ton more.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Those who did buy tickets for the stadium will get first shot at the arena tickets. Guys, what do you make of this? I mean, I will say, because the online sentiment seemed to be like, why did they put Money in the Bank in a football stadium? That was dumb. I thought it had a shot at being a big show because I really enjoy Money in the Bank. I could see it replacing Survivor Series as like the big 4 shows because Survivor Series just ain't really the same anymore.
Well, they're trying to make Money in the Bank the 5th big one.
Right. So,
and even last year when I was in the stadium with Kevin and they made the announcement, I'm like, well, that's weird. Keep the big 4 in stadiums. The rest all arenas, premium live events. Whatever it is, what it is. What I find interesting is how are they going to give the people who bought tickets the opportunity before everyone else?
I don't know. That worries me.
Because if, I know you said around 20,000. I saw 16,400. The capacity is only 17 at MGM Grand Garden Arena. I've been there for UFC fights and Double or Nothing 3 years ago. It's a cool venue. It's a cool spot. Interesting though that they didn't try T-Mobile. Interesting. There's a UFC event. That's right.
And that might have been why ticket sales are.
And UNLV's arena is right down the street too. So, and that's where CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb, all those years ago. So,
right.
Look, I'm not worried. I know the consensus amongst the 4 of us in our group text today was, what happens if this happens in Nashville? It's not going to happen in Nashville. SummerSlam is still going to be in a stadium. It proved it could be like that last summer. In years past, it's been in big cities like LA and Brooklyn. I'm surprised that they moved it from Vegas. I thought maybe they'd do a 2 or 3 year deal, but I also feel that WrestleMania 40 is going to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you
mentioned at Allegiant Stadium
today. All right, Joe. Any reaction to this news?
When you sent it earlier today, it was like, okay, so it's better than being in a big stadium that's like very empty,
half empty,
a la WrestleMania 7. So they made the right call. They tried. They took a chance. It was a miss, but maybe better promotion. I say drop the whole Survivor Series, being the big 4 anyway. Really concentrate on Money in the Bank and move it to the fall. Because Survivor Series is such a throwaway show now. It means nothing. So just drop Survivor Series as being a big show and just focus on Money in the Bank in October.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, Survivor Series doesn't make sense now with the unified titles.
Exactly.
Right.
I thought that same thing, Jay. Yeah, it's that's the draw as it's the champion versus champion.
Well, Jimmy versus Jay will face each other. Roman will just be cutting a promo.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Heyman will talk for half of it, and then that'll be it.
You can still do a women's one, I suppose. But
I guess you can do U.S. versus Intercontinental. So
it does seem a little
Ricochet versus Theory.
Yeah. Poor Cody. Didn't he do a promo in the middle of the stadium in LA promoting Money in the Bank, or in Vegas, I should say, so that's
he was still in Vegas. It didn't say that, it doesn't take that away.
But he threw out that line too of like, I remember it was the week I was off, guys. I think that it was a controversial line of like, the winner is going to go to WrestleMania or something to that effect. And it was like, wait, what did you say? What I think you just said? What just happened here? So
card subject to change.
Yeah, indeed. So, all right, we'll just drink to see that place.
And
please don't happen at SummerSlam.
Cody's the face, of Money in the Bank. Yeah. Money in the Bank is at Grand Garden Arena, where Cody broke the throne.
Yeah.
Connect those dots.
Absolutely. We'll see how Hell in a Cell plays out and where kind of Cody is in all of this, but to be determined.
And then I have a follow-up too from last week. We were talking about Stephanie McMahon. I thought maybe it was Triple H related. Apparently Triple H is back to work full time. So
I read that.
She might literally just be wanting to spend time with her family. It's in the summer. They have 3 kids. Absolutely. It makes sense.
It absolutely does. Yeah. No squirrely conspiracy theories when it comes to that. So yeah, talking about Vegas, AEW is in Vegas right now. Big week for them. They just had Dynamite. They've got Rampage, which is live later here on Friday, and then Double or Nothing on Sunday night. So we'll get into the show. We'll do a little preview and predictions. I feel a couple of things with this card. Number one, I always see how many matches they have, and I go, God damn, that's a lot.
11.
And there's rumors of another one coming. I saw.
Yeah,
so I'm always like, my God, that's a lot of wrestling. So you got that. And then for me, I'll tell you what, I'm sure all the wrestling will be good, if not great. But this is a 2-match card for me as far as my interest. Punk and Hangman and MJF and Wardlow. All the other matches, I'm sure they'll be fine. They'll be enjoyable. But those are the 2 that have just really grabbed me, and nothing else has. Are you guys?
I got a third one. Third one. Samoa Joe and Adam Cole.
So that's fun, but okay.
And I think the Jericho crew versus Blackpool and Santana and Ortiz is going to be fun, because it's a arena anarchy, which means it's going to be 90% pre-tapes anyway. And I think those are fun. The last couple of years in the Stadium Stampede was a lot of fun. I think that'll be a good one too. But yeah, there's
Mox got to cut off. Mox went. Remember, Jericho was proposing that. He was like, "Why don't we do a stadium?" And Mox was like, "I ain't doing that bullshit." So, so we'll see. It might just be a traditional street fight, but hopefully there's some fun stuff.
Another one for me that I think will be fun is the Bucks and the Hardys. Even though I've seen it on the Indies and I've seen it in Ring, but it'll be a fun one to watch. But yeah, Hangman and Punk, and then MJF Wardlow.
Yeah. Let's get into it. The buy-in, you got Hook and Danhausen versus Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. I enjoy Hook and Danhausen.
No,
I'll tell you why. Don't hear the duds are back. I'll tell you why.
They have to be,
because it's a 2022 generic version of Rock and Sock Connection. I like goofy ass nerdy guy and tough guy.
How can you like Danhausen and not Orange Cassidy?
Because I don't like the idea of like, I'm lazy and like, oh, look at my kick, and I don't like that. And
but cursing people,
cursing is okay
because it's so ridiculous. That's why.
No, it's because you met him.
Yeah, it's because you met Danhausen.
We get it. We get it.
Part of it. Okay. All right.
That's why I gave you the Danhausen socks at Christmas or whatever the hell that was.
I rock those. Met
Danhausen.
Thank you. Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't either.
I have not understood the Hook infatuation. Danhausen entertains me. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
But not on wrestling. I watch on the internet. Like, he does vlogs and stuff, and when he shows up at different conventions. I don't get it. I don't get it. But
Okay.
His social media feed is amazing too. It's like that's entertaining as well.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something.
Pay
about
me the
him.
monies.
Yeah, the monies, yes, plural. He tweeted at The Rock about how he can get muscles in less than a week for his match. So he's good stuff. House of Black versus Death Triangle. Again, this is another one like I don't care. But I think this could be a killer match because all of these guys are fantastic.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good one. I think the House of Black need a win. And the other guy, the Death Triangle, I think they haven't been together in a while.
Right.
Like
Phoenix
someone's always been
hurt. Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one too. While it's not on the level of the mains, but that'll be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that Julia will play a part in that with that whole eye patch thing and everything going on there. Maybe there's something with that. All right. Yeah. Hardy's Bucks. Joe, predictions, thought? We heard how Jay's excited for that one.
I think it'll be entertaining, but nothing spectacular. I think the Hardys win because I have to agree. Jeff Hardy's promo this past Wednesday when it's like, we're past our prime. No, we're super prime because we have to be better than we were before. So I'm looking forward to it. And it's like, isn't this like their first pay-per-view as a team together, in AEW? Yeah. And the Bucks don't need to win. The Bucks are going to sell galore. So yeah, I'm going to go with Hardys on that one. Entertaining, but nothing that we haven't seen before.
I think the Bucks will win. The Bucks haven't really done anything memorable in recent weeks as they've been up Adam Cole's ass. Yeah. So let them have a W. Hardy, it doesn't matter for the Hardys win or lose. They're still over more than 80% of the roster, 90% of the roster.
Yeah. Tell me I'm being like lame or ridiculous, but in the Jeff Hardy spots, like every match he's had something insane happen. And I worry about him. I'm like, my God, man, like, just be careful. Tell me I'm being a bitch.
Oh, no, you're not. You're 100% correct.
Okay, thank you.
He's overdoing it.
He is.
For fucking dark. You know what I mean? Like, save that shit for the pay-per-views, not fucking free TV.
Right. Yeah. All right. I hope everybody stays all right with that one. Jericho Appreciation Society, Blackpool Combat. I can't see Blackpool Combat losing because as much as I'm just not ready for the Jericho Appreciation guys, right? Other than Hager.
They're awful.
Yeah, every time the Everrise guys talk, they just nails on a chalkboard. They bring nothing to the Appreciation Society.
And with Jericho's the Wizardator now. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's a wizard. Yeah,
he's trying. He's trying again. But at least he's finally doing you don't deserve to sing along to my song instead of letting them do it. So
all right. So the women's Owen Hart final is either Britt versus Ruby or Chris Statlander. We will find out who the opponent is on Rampage, which I believe is
Ruby.
A 6:30 start. So 3:30 for you, Jay.
Yeah.
I could. I mean, they've done Britt and Ruby before, right? But I could certainly see that just from the heel face dynamic, it makes sense. But any early predictions? Is Britt taking this no matter what, or what are we thinking?
I think Statlander may win on Rampage. I mean, there's a really good chance. They've really been pushing the fact that she's not an alien anymore. But Ruby was such a huge deal when she came in. So I'll go Ruby, Britt in the final. And I think Britt wins.
Okay.
I agree. Ruby, Britt, final. Britt wins. And I'll explain more later.
Oh, okay. On that note, men's Owen final, Adam Cole, Samoa Joe. Yeah, this is like the NXT Hall of Fame championship for this one. This should be a lot of fun. I will go with Adam Cole because Joe still has that kind of ROH interference with
Lethal.
What's his face?
Lethal.
Yeah, Lethal and Sanjay Dutt and the big Indian guy. So yeah,
Not Veer.
Yeah, not the big the big Indian guy is not Veer or Shanky. So maybe Adam gets some help from Bobby Fish. We haven't seen him in a minute. So I'll go Adam Cole.
All right, now that it's later, I'm going to go with Adam Cole too. I said it more later, so now it's later. Owen was majority a heel. It makes sense to have two heels win the Owen Cup, and to have it be Britt and Adam Cole being dastardly heels and celebrating like it was Owen Slammies. What better couple to do it? I think they set it up for those two to just be obnoxious all summer, like the Rocket was. So it's a perfect setup.
I like it. Jay, you thinking?
Yeah, I think there'll be interference, and I think it'll be the Fish and O'Reilly help Cole win.
Yeah. Jurassic Express, Team Taz, and Swerve Scott and Lee, which I think where do they call in Swerve and Lee?
Swerve in my glory.
Swerve in my glory.
Get the fuck out of here. That is terrible.
Calm down.
Two great talents with awful. That's worse than fucking merging theme songs together for entrance music. No, it's dumb.
Not Kane and DX's X-Pac was amazing when they did it the one night. Other than that, yeah, I agree.
And this match, done.
Disagree. It will be a good match, but a terrible setup.
Yeah.
Too much talent in the ring for it to be a dud.
Yeah. It could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't have a good feel for any of this. I mean,
Christian's going to turn on Jungle Boy.
Yeah, there's been some of that seeds planted, so maybe that happens.
Put Christian with Team Taz. I don't fucking care. Oh,
yeah.
So nerve-wracking because Jurassic Express had so much potential. They're AEW originals.
Right.
Them with the titles is very similar to Kenny Omega's title run, Hangman's title run. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. They should have kept Marco, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, shout out Marco Stunt. Yeah. I don't care. I'm sure it'll be fun. But
this is the worst preview in the history of previews.
It's true, but we're getting to the good stuff.
I know.
After this next match, because
how many matches have we gone through so far?
I feel like we've gone through
all
15.
I know. It's a huge card.
Fuck.
We got Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, and Jay. I know you have strong feelings about how Thunder Rosa has been booked as champion.
Her title reign has been a few months. She's been on TV under 20 minutes. Yeah. Total.
It's bizarre.
Total.
Very bizarre.
What the fuck?
Might as well have kept it on Britt. She's been on every week.
Yes. Keep it on Britt Baker.
Yeah, I'm going to say this one's a dud.
I feel like they gave it to Thunder Rosa because it was her hometown, San Antonio.
Yeah.
You can't book like that.
Pop. Yeah.
You can't book like that.
It's been incredibly disappointing compared to the level that Britt had it. I will go with, maybe because of those reasons, maybe we'll go with Serena Deeb. Maybe we'll switch it up and go, hey, we need to do something to give it a little more spark because it just didn't work out with Thunder Rosa.
And Serena Deeb's the spark you think that's going to light up the women's division?
She's gotten a lot of spotlight.
She's a great wrestler.
She is,
not a great talker.
No, she's not. But there's always
team her with Punk again.
Oh, hey now.
Well, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Is it later?
It's almost later, but yeah. MJF and Wardlow. I've loved this story. That shot on Dynamite of after he took out the 12 bodyguards security, and when he climbed on the top of the cage. I mean, come on, this guy.
That's a t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt. That is a play that for the Dynamite every Wednesday night on TNT video pack.
The signature.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Wardlow has been booked.
That's Mankind off the cell.
And he comes out with the cuffs. He has the Goldberg entrance. I've
Yes.
loved this. This is, for all the other ones that I'm like, I'm not feeling it. It is what it is. This is one that I'm like, God, they do so well with this story. I don't
I
know
want
who
the
to pick.
MJ. I
you
want the
guys first.
MJF ref shirt.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're probably going to put something like a replica on Pro Wrestling Tees. They've got a big sale this weekend. So
Not the shorts, the shirt.
Yeah. Now, Joe, you and I are going to Dynamite, and I owe you a shirt from one of those contests we had.
That's true.
A couple of weeks ago.
What was it? The VCR card game?
It was the WrestleMania trivia. I think it was. So yeah.
No,
that's
it was WrestleMania trivia. Yes.
It could be yours, buddy. It could be yours in a couple of weeks. What do you think, guys?
I mean, I think this is Wardlow's time. He has to win because he has to get the AEW contract. So, let him beat down Spear. There'll be interference and stuff, but let it's time. What I loved about his entrance on Wednesday, Shivani. He doesn't even need music. The crowd just chants his name. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Wardlow, Goldberg.
I don't care. I don't care, Joe. Don't ruin the mood here.
No, I'm not hating it because it just takes me back.
It works out perfect, and he wins. He gets his contract, and then we move on from there.
Joe,
hope he enjoys Dark. No, he's not going to be on Dark. No, he won't be wrestling Johnny Elite on Dark a week later.
You got to be a big free agent signing to get the Dark, Joe. Come on.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you have to. Whatever. It's going to be Wardlow's going to win, and my prediction is because these guys are not on the show and they're too good not to be involved. We haven't seen them with them in a while. FTR stops Spears from doing any interference.
Oh, because
they're the Pinnacle still. They never said they weren't.
But they've also said, too, that they are friends with Wardlow. So that makes a lot of sense.
So I think because the FTR has been all over, they've been all over Dynamite for the past month, but they've kept their distance. I think this is when they come back and they do their official face turn.
I could totally see. MJF sees them coming down the ring, and he's like,
"Yeah!"
And then,
and they're gonna give the thumbs up, and then it's gonna be, thumbs down.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one.
I love that. Yeah, I think they kind of booked themselves into the corner with the stipulations. To
have you guys seen the new FTR shirt? That's like the Heart Foundation. It looks like a Heart Foundation shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Really cool. I actually bought it from Pro Wrestling Tees. So look it up. I haven't bought it. Well, no, not shocking because I really don't buy too many current guys.
But you just talked about Sasha and Naomi shirts you bought earlier today.
I bought that.
I've bought 7 tees this week, but I don't buy.
I don't really buy.
I don't buy current guys. I buy a lot of shirts.
Okay.
I don't buy many current guys.
All right. Well, Sasha and Naomi aren't really current at the moment, so
exactly.
That's true.
That's more just a throw in storage for future use.
It could be a collector's item. All right. So main event AEW Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk, Hangman Pierce. Oh my God.
Hangman Pierce? He's on. No, that's a different guy.
Christ, it's like Shanghai Pierce or some shit from like WCW. Hangman Page. This is another one that I've said multiple times, was not a fan of Hangman's title run. Just wasn't doing it for me. I said the beer was missing. Well, he hasn't brought back the beer, but I enjoy the dynamic of Punk saying, this is just business. I respect you. I like you, but I'm coming for the title. And Hangman basically saying, F that. Like, I'm not feeling it, and I want you out of here. And that line that he said during the promo on Wednesday of just like, I'm doing this for all of AEW. That's a real sentiment that I think a lot of fans have of there's the originals and then there's these guys coming on board. So I've enjoyed this. I think either way, somebody has to turn heel. Somebody does. I don't see them having just a fun match and a handshake and you go off on their own. So whether it's Punk, whether it's Hangman, somebody has to turn heel as a result of this match. I will say it is CM Punk. I'll say CM Punk wins. I say he cheats. He gets the title, and we have heel CM Punk, which he is fantastic doing moving on forward.
This is the beginning of Summer of Punk 3. Every time he's had a summer run, he's taken a title, he's gone heel, and he's done great work. So more than likely, that's what's going to happen. I would love, though, if Paige won. I know he hasn't had a great run, but, he's been there since day one. Punk showed up in year 3 because he was afraid. He didn't know what AEW was going to be, and he was going to wait and jump on the bandwagon. But yeah, I think we're about to see something really fun with Punk. It's just a matter of what heel things he's going to do. Then, if this does happen, does he have friends? Is he going to have a group?
Right.
If everybody is feeling that he's the outsider, there's really nobody there that's, Punk and Jace. We joke about Serena Deeb, but what's she going to do,
Mm-hmm.
Or Colt Cabana.
Oh, my.
I'm still waiting for them to cross paths on screen.
Well, he has ties with the Dark Order, which Hangman has ties with.
Okay.
Potential. Okay.
It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm grasping for straws on that one.
That could be interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the Dark Order is not like mystical creatures like they were when they debuted. They're just tough guys now and badasses, I think. So, but more, they have the comic side, but maybe Punk gets them to live up to their potential and stop fucking around and, take this serious.
Like he did with the Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the start. And that was the start of Summer Punk 2.
That's how it got started. Yeah, he took over his later Nexus, and
I don't want Punk to win. I think this would be better for Paige to win and have Punk win it later, but still turn heel. But I'm still going to pick CM Punk to win because that's what AEW does. They redo things that have worked in the past and give it their own thing. And CM Punk's going to be the ultimate heel, and he doesn't need anyone because he is the outsider.
Yeah.
And I think they've set it up perfectly because we've been sick of him starting Dynamite every single week with Cult of Personality. This has been a slow burn for the crowd to turn on him because they were trying to do it with Cody and Cody left. So now they've given Punk the Cody treatment.
Does Punk get booed in Chicago for Forbidden Door?
No.
Yeah, that's going to be probably like an MJF situation.
MJF doesn't get booed in Long Island.
Yeah.
And then do we think we get any more New Japan run-ins to set up the Forbidden Door? Because it's only 4 weeks later.
Month out, yeah.
I want to see Punk wins or Paige wins. I don't care. And then all of a sudden, gold dollars drop from the ceiling, and we get Okada against
staring at him,
whoever the winner is.
Yeah,
I mean,
he needs it, but I hear what you're saying because that's next, right?
And we got Jeff Cobb and Okan ran in the other night.
That was fun.
And if you've been following on social media, Okan is living life pretty large in Vegas.
I did,
especially on Fremont Street. So I retweeted some of them. They're hilarious.
Yeah, you keep what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I guess, but not on Twitter. Oh my goodness. All right, so yeah, looks like a fun show. I'm not feeling it. I think we're all not maybe feeling it quite how we have some of the past shows, but there's obviously some great potential, and I'm sure it's going to deliver.
They are showing it at select movie theaters too. Yes, so if you don't want to pay $60 for pay-per-view, you can probably, I think tickets are $25 to go to a movie theater. You just have to check your local listings. I don't have any near me, and I'm not driving to Burbank. So on my couch or on my patio, I will be.
Simple as that. All right, guys, I think that'll do it for this week's show. We were kind of all over the map today.
I'm going to blame Kevin.
It was just right off the bat. Well, don't blame Brett. I mean,
no, I'll blame Kevin. And Renee sucks, and Joe sucks, and
Renee.
Yeah.
What'd I do? Oh, wait. I've listened to the show. I agree.
I'm saying it to you, not to my fucking barber.
Easy. All right. Shout out to
charity
Ryan.
event.
Shout out to Ryan, my man. All right. At that WrestlePod.
Great job, Ryan.
Yeah.
Jason sucks.
Brutus the barber.
At that
That
WrestlePod.
coward jumped out the window.
All right. Well, that
We're not letting Brian end.
That sounds like a TWP extra for where we have the barbershop talk with Ryan coming out. We'll have to figure that out. But
We should get him on.
We should. Absolutely. We'll make that happen. He's got a lot of great stories and a great belt collection, great DVD collection. So we'll get into all that sometime.
Nice. Yeah, let's do that. Make that happen.
It's at that WrestlePod. That's
It
what
is.
we've been trying to say for the last 2 minutes. Hey, enjoy wrestling. Thanks for listening to That Wrestling Podcast.
Renee sucks.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3. That's it.